Hi everyone, it's Deb. I'm here with a part one of a new project, Same Paper collab that I'm doing with Stmpgrl every month. Trying to use up one 12 by 12 and then starting on another one. And I'm still working through this Happy Fall. I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on it this month. However, if you remember last month, one of the things I started was 3 pocket letters, and I need to get those out to people, so I'm videoing this before I even make my other projects for the month because I need to get these out. And I finished the fronts of them and I started to fill the back, and I thought I need to record this, so I'm going to show you a couple things that I used. I did use this cottage cuts for some of the foliage and pumpkins. I did use PTT dies from 2017. Oops, not that one though, but they came together. This one that has thankful and fall and pumpkin were the words I used in it. I did use for one of them, this Spellbinders, I used this coffee mug and the holder here. I'm sorry, it was this one I used, the thankful and fall. I did also use this acorn. I used pumpkin, thankful, and fall. I don't think I used that other one actually. I think those were more Christmas. I used 3 out of the 4 of these Jolie's Boutique leaves, and I'll show them to you when we go. I did use a couple of the stamped out little acorns and with the faces on that I had already previously made and used the die to cut out. And okay, hang on. I think that's it for the stamps and dies. Then I used some of these Brad and chipboard stickers from Echo Park. I used some of these little foxes from Sandy Lion. I got these from Jen Evers on the Crafty Garage yard sale, and I used 2 of them plus some little paws, but I wish I could get more of those. I also used one of the pumpkins. I might have used a couple of these. Halloween. It says Halloween, but they're leaves and pumpkins, glitter embellishments. That's not. None of these are from this year. I used some of this. Both the leaves and the acorns of the. I always forget what this is called. Adhesive diamond wrap. I used 3 of these little wood. These are from Stampin' Up in the holiday catalog. From the Gather Together or Come Together set. It has leaves. Feathers and these tree rings. That's what I'm trying to say. I did use. I had been gifted some goodies from both Sue Stark, and I can't remember her channel name, but she had gifted me some pumpkins and things, and that was part of a swap from, I guess it was 2 years ago now. And also this was from Charlisa's Crafty Corner, Lisa Wade, and I used a tree and some other pieces out of what she had gifted me. And I used some ribbons. I used Pretty Peacock Scallop Linen Ribbon by Stampin' Up. I used this oatmeal cookie organza ribbon by Fun Stamper's Journey that I had gotten in a Spellbinders clearance haul. I'm pretty sure it was clearance haul. I used some of this. I'm not sure if I actually ended up using this actually, but if I did, that's from Dollar Tree. I definitely used a little bit of this. I don't know. I might have gotten that. I'm not sure where I got that. It's off right, so it could have been Walmart, could have been AC Moore a while back, I don't know. And I think I used a little piece of this, which was from Hobby Lobby, and I had to have gotten that last year or the year before. Actually says it's from 2012, so I probably got it in 2017. or maybe even before that. I used a little bit of gold stickles. Let me move those over. I did use some washi, including this one and this one. Now these I didn't use all on the same project, the same thing. I used some of the coppery color of this, and I used some, oops, hang on, what is this called? Fancy Fetty that I got at my grocery store, one of them. And I got, I used one or two of these, a few of these sequins leaves that I had gotten at Target a while back. Again, not this year. I use this washi also, which is Echo Park Fall is in the Air. I think I probably have a collection set for that somewhere. I don't know. I used a little bit of this twine, which I think is Dollar Tree twine, but I'm not positive about that. And I also used some of this, which was out of the, I think out of the Hugs from Shelly Paper Pumpkin Kit from like May. I used this when I was to tie, to put through here and tie a bow. That also was, I'm pretty sure, from a Paper Pumpkin. I know there's things I'm missing, but I'm not sure what. Oh, this sticker pack, Harvest stickers, that had also been from Target and matches this, but I don't think I used them on the same. This was $2, and I don't know what this was. This is Scotch brand, but they match. And I'm pretty sure I got that in 2017 also. Okay, so let me show you. I'll show them to you one at a time. This is the first one. Let me get this stuff off my desk. Where to put it off? There we go. So this is the first one, and I won't show you the back since I already started filling them. The first one I did had these 3 papers that had the scene of the trees and the deer. There's a little owl up here, which is this owl here that I fussy cut out of another piece. Here's the fox, and then I just put some of the Fancy Fetty leaves on, the little squirrel, an acorn. This is the acorn, one of the acorns that I die cut with the Peachy Cheap dies out of some of the pattern papers here. Like this is a pattern paper, same one as the acorn cap. And I just pieced 2 pieces together. These are 2 of the diamond wrap, and then this bling was also Jolie's. Yep, I did miss those. All right, hang on. These Jolie's Boutique. I don't know where I got them. And these are the squirrels, Jolie's Boutique also. I really wish I could get more of those. Those were Tuesday morning in one of my 2 recent hauls, because it says 0819, right? Oh, here's another washi I used. This one down here. Okay, so this is one of those velvety feeling foxes. I tried to use 3 or 4 of these cutouts from the collection. I'm sorry for the glare. That one says Fall Delights. So I put the coffee. The apple is an apple punch, and I figured it was a yellow delicious apple, right? Yellow went better with this paper than red did. So I punched it out in a scrap of So Saffron, and I believe this is a scrap of Pear Pizzazz. The apple punch is Stampin' Up. These were the Cottage Cuts dies here, and I think this is Mint Macaron, but don't hold me to that for the stems. And the pumpkin is out of Pumpkin Pie from Stampin' Up. And then just a couple of the Funfetti, so that's that one. Here I used the Stampin' Up Starburst punch and a scallop punch, and I think this is 1 3/8. Sorry if you're hearing noise in the background. My neighbor is off work apparently and working on his loud car. And this is one of the Peachy Cheap word dies. It says thankful, and then there is a piece of burlap ribbon in the back. This is this washi, and a little strip left over from, all three of them have this gold foil paper down the edges, and I'm just going to put some ribbon, I haven't decided which ribbon yet, to put through there. And then these blings are Bow Bunny, and I don't think I showed you those either. Maybe I did, because I don't see them here. Yeah, I guess I did, because I don't see them here in the stack. So there, that's the top, and then this, I had the pack of 4 leaves. This was one of them, and then these were out of that same pack. And again, I just put a strip of that foiled paper going down the center there. This one is one of the cut aparts, and I used the organza ribbon, oatmeal cookie it's called. And I just put 2 pieces of it under here, bumped this up on dimensionals, and used stickles, the gold stickles, to just make it bling a little bit. And I put it in a spot where there wasn't another animal, like under the deer and above the fox. And then the little acorn there. This is one of the wood chips. These are pieces of paper, one of the cut apart strips, and I just used it to do top and bottom and put it on the paper. And then these are designer elements by Stampin' Up! In the annual catalog. They come in, these are copper color, but they come in a pack of copper, gold, and silver. And this is just a cut apart I glued down onto the wood piece from Stampin' Up! The cut apart out of the paper, which would have been another one right here, but it was kind of cut off. So Foxy was another one of the banner pieces cut apart from the paper. It's bumped up on dimensionals, and this was a little border piece from the paper. Just felt like the fox needed to be walking on something, right? So on this one I have washi. There's actually a piece of the background is actually this. All 3 were the plaid. But I had a piece, like a little square, rounded square of this leaves paper. So I put it on top. This is a little acorn using the Peachy Cheap die out of the same paper as this. And then I fussy cut out this pumpkin and bumped it up on dimensionals and put some Bow Bunny little blings on. And over here I just have the funfetti and the squirrel and some acorns in the corner. So that's all I did on that one. And I have to lay them this way because I don't want you to see the back. So this is the second one. Actually, this was the third one I did. Here I used the leaf, why can't I think of that? Diamond wrap. It doesn't seem like diamonds to me. And it's a little different color than the acorn one. The gold is the same, but these look more like a champagne color, and I didn't realize that till I was showing you these. So here I used a piece of that ribbon from Hobby Lobby. These are Bow Bunny bling. These are the fancy fetti from my grocery store. And the scallop circle punch, I want to say that's 1 3/8. And then fall is from the die cuts from Peachy Cheap, but it is a Stampin' Up! Scrap, and it looks to be, I don't know what color that is. It looks to, it might be So Saffron. Okay, here, this was a tree die cut that Charlisa's Crafty Corner had gifted me. It was white, and I colored it in with dark crumb cake and bronze for the tree, and then dark Mango Melody, Cajun Craze, all darks, Mango Melody, Cajun Craze, and Cherry Cobbler for the leaves. This is a Jolie sticker. These are 2 little brads from Bow Bunny, and again a squirrel and an acorn. Over here, this is a cut apart from the paper pad. This is a cut apart. Here's where I used the pumpkin washi, and this is Scotch, so I probably got that at Target because that's the only place around here I've seen that. When I did these, 4 leaves fit on, except I had to cut the top off this one and the bottom off this, so I saved those little strips and they went on here and here. The pumpkins in the background were gifted to me by, I'm going to say, Sue. This word pumpkin is peachy cheap, but it actually had a piece that actually closed it, and I couldn't tell it was a P, so I cut that off because I think that looks more like a P now. Pumpkin. And this was, I did show those, right? Yeah, this had, it said, this was Recollections. It said, it had leaves and pumpkins, glittery. And then this is a terracotta tile faceted dot from Stampin' Up. I think I got everything on there. This is bumped up also. So this one's another wood chip. This time I used out of the Bo Bunny Brad. I think it's Bo Bunny, right? Or is it Echo Park? I'm sorry. I'm saying it wrong. Echo Park. So, oops. So these and this were out of this Echo Park decorative brads and chipboard pieces. These here are chipboard pieces, as is this little raccoon. And then over here were the brads, and so I used these two brads. So forgive me, they're not Bo Bunny, but some of these blings are. These two leaves were out of the Target sequin mix of leaves, and these two stickers are out of that Target sticker pack. And then this leaf, the leaf washi is Echo Park Fall is in the Air, which I think is different than this one. This one is from A Perfect Autumn by Lori Whitlock, and this is by Alicia Whitcomb, Fall is in the Air, both Echo Park. Okay, and then so that's it for that one really. And the piece of twine I already told you is from a retired paper pumpkin kit. Now all these ones, these pieces, I had to cut some off the ends to get them to fit. So this was no exception. It already had the arrows on it, but I cut it down to the arrows, and then I cut about half of this plaid part off, if you can see that. This is another one of those leaves, and these blings are Bo Bunny out of a pack of yellow and orange. And I have two more strips of the foil from over here on. Here I had some burlappy, I don't know if I showed those, and I also don't know where I got them. I have some in like the regular burlap color and this white. They're in the same package. But before I get into that, oh, and this piece here is behind the tree is a strip of the paper, as is this. So behind this is terracotta tile. I had a scrap that had been run through the Pinewood Planks embossing folder. You'll see more of it on the next one, and this was a piece that was left. I used it all, essentially all up. I put that down first because I had put this down first. So, and then I layered the burlap on it with some glue dots. Here's two little acorns from Sunny Studios. These two leaves had been in the same packet, I think, that these pumpkins were in, but I didn't want them that color, so they were the same color, so I colored them with my terracotta tile Stampin' Right marker from the 2019 to 21 Stampin' Right marker collection. There's 5 of them. These two are Jolie's leaves. Okay. And down here, I cut a Starburst punch out of the gold color paper, which I don't, well, it's that color there. I don't want to show the back because that's what I was trying to do before. It has a piece of that oatmeal ribbon under it because it's see-through. Has another bit of the bling from here. And then these are all stickers out of that Target pack, the turkey, a leaf, and 2 leaves. Okay, the next one's all about the fox again. This is a cut-up strip. And then here's the other little foxy, little cute foxy sitting up, and 2 of his paw prints, and then some of the Fancy Fetty leaves. And then here we have Happy Harvest, another piece of the bling, some Fancy Fetty leaves. This is the apple again, but I used that same gold paper as over here. And the gourds actually came out of the sticker pack, but I bumped this one up on dimensionals. And this is one of the Echo Park out of that Brad package. Little truck because it's harvest time. The truck is collecting the pumpkins and stuff. So we have a gourd, a pumpkin, and an apple. Okay, and that is that one. And then the last one, which was actually the second one I had done. Okay, let me think where to start. These were all different papers, where this one was almost all, it was like the teal wood grain, the teal floral, and then the teal wood grain. And this one was browns, the pink, like flamingo pinky words, and then the scene. And then this one was kind of a mixture of different things. So this was a brown floral, the pinky words, brown leaves, white or cream tan floral. This is the same paper as this. I think I had 3 of those. 1, 2, 3, yes. And then 2 of the leaves. And then the other 3 pieces, a plaid, a lighter floral, and these words were oddball ones. So anyway. Alright, this is a piece of Stampin' Up's peacock linen ribbon. Here's another one of the wood chips, this time up in the beginning. I had this one copper leaf left that I had die cut from the Gather Together or Come Together suite out of the holiday catalog by Stampin' Up. So I used it, put it behind the wood piece, and then put a turkey sticker on the wood piece with some of that linen ribbon. This is a terracotta tile faceted dot, and also I cut out twice and sort of shadowed it. The Thankful, it's a peachy cheap word die, but I used terracotta tile paper by Stampin' Up. Here, this is a cutout piece of a strip from the paper. It had a little hedgehog on it, and it looks like a pumpkin patch, but I just added a yellow gourd sticker and 2 leaves from the same pack. In between them, I put a little strip of the gold foil paper, and then this yellow twine just across the top there, and another little thin strip of just brown. The white showing through is in the back, a different piece of paper. And then this one, I just took a piece of that pink, it's sort of a curly, it's not like a regular twine. I don't know if you can see the difference between this twine and this one. This is the one that was from Hugs from Shirley, I think. Paper pumpkin kit, and then this one I think is Dollar Tree or something. It has a texture to it, and I really like it. It's different, but it does come apart easy. So I actually wanted to use that in here, and I could not get it through this, so I ended up splitting the ends out a little bit. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to cut a piece off, and I'll cut one of the cut aparts in half that said Hello Fall, and just have them falling like falling leaves. So that's what I did there. Over here, I had a little strip off of this. I put, or from the same paper anyway, I put it on top the leaf paper as a border. I did a cut apart here. I layered that on top one of a smaller burlappy leaf. And then here I have a pretty peacock scallop circle, which I actually think I found in my scraps. And then this is 2 of the peachy cheap acorns, again paper pieced and up on dimensionals, and this is up on dimensionals, and a little bit of stickles right along there. Here's the glitter fox. He was 1 to a package. I'm sure I got it 40 or 50% off. This is a strip from the paper just as a border. Another one of the paper pieced acorns. It's sort of the reverse of this one. And then just some of the fun Fancy Fetty, and also some Bow Bunny orange little blings. This one here is where I used the copper Target glitter washi tape with glue because it does not stick. And this is also a piece of that wood grain textured terracotta tile with one of those Jolie's leaves on top. Excuse me. That's all I did to that one. On the plaid one, I thought the colors in the Target sticker book went really perfectly with this paper, and so did the washi. So I put this washi across the bottom, and then I had a big leaf out of it and then some smaller leaves, and then I layered over top of that Give Thanks. All of that was out of the sticker book. And these are 2 Pretty Peacock gems from Stampin' Up. Excuse me, someone I think had gifted me these 2 leaves. They were just on a little piece of acetate together. I have no idea where they were from. These 2 brads are from the Echo Park pack that I'd shown earlier. And I didn't realize this was so crooked, but I guess I did that on purpose to go between the leaves. The Pretty Peacock ribbon, and then Fall is from, it's out of Stampin' Up's Pretty Peacock, but using a Peachy Cheap die. And this is that gold paper again I showed in the last pocket letter, but using a Stampin' Up scallop circle punch. And then the last pocket has some washi, and I didn't show you that one. See if I can find it. Yep, here it is. It's also Echo Park. I don't know the name of the collection. It's just Echo Park decorative tape. I've used quite a bit of it. I don't know where I got that actually. Might have been in some kind of a grab bag or something. Anyway, I put 2 strips of that down. This Starburst circle was cut out of that same wood plank paper. I don't know if you can see the wood grain on it. It looks really orange there. There, you can see a little bit maybe. But I cut it off here, and then I layered it with, there's a plain 1.5 inch circle out of the same gold paper, and then a scalloped circle out of this this floral paper, like a bunch of the flowers. This leaf came out of the stuff from Sue Stark, I believe. And then I just put a little squirrel and acorn out of that one Jolie sticker pack, and some little yellow pearls that were Bo Bunny, and then here's a piece of that sort of the same pink as this here, but it's kind of getting all squishied. So those are my 3 pocket letters. I hope you enjoyed them, and hope it didn't take too long. I mean, it did take a while, so I apologize. This is only part 1. I will be back, and for your purposes, I'll be back shortly with the rest of my end of month collab. So hope you'll stay tuned for that. And hi everyone, this is kind of part 2 of the end of month collab, and I'm just tacking it on to the end of part 1. I decided for those pocket letters I needed envelopes, so I pulled out my 1, 2, 3 punch board for envelopes, bows, and little boxes. And I measured, and I thought maybe the 4.5 by 8.5 inch would fit, and it would, except that my pocket letters are too full. So it took 3 for me to do these. It took for 3 envelopes, it took 3 10.5 inch squares. So that pretty much used up all but some what would that be, 1.5 inch strips on either end of the paper. It took 3 more sheets of paper. So let me show you the ones I used. I did this one to go with the one that is the background that's the same pattern and the wood grain. And you'll see if they were not filled, which they are now, I would have been able to fit them in there. So if you kept your pocket letters flat, you could make envelopes for them to fit. But I'm going to send that along because I sent, part of what I sent in the back is some papers cut to 2.5 by 3.5 inch, so they could make their own pocket letter if they wanted to, or they can use this for other goodies. So that's that one, and then this is the next one, and I'm not going to put any names or anything on the front since I'm going to let it for them to use. And that's going on this one, which was it was like it was mostly browns, I guess, in the background. No, browns and neutrals. It was kind of a mix too, but that is going in with this one. And then the last one had the various, but it also had brown plaid, and that's going in the brown polka dot. So we're going with the brown polka dot. So that is what I made, and I'm now down to 13 full sheets plus, well, let me just make sure, because I think it's actually 14 if I count this one, which I don't know what to do with, because I already used one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I'm down to 13. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, no, 14, including that fall one. Plus I have, you know, most of the sheet of the alphas and a rather large chunk of this and this one. But all the rest of it is strips or little pieces. So I still have a little bit to go, and I'll be back with a part 3 as soon as I get that done. Alright, I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Hugs, love, and peace. Hi everyone, this is part 2 of my end of month new project, same paper. So I'm working with the, as you know, the Happy Fall, and I'm getting there, guys. I have full sheets. I have this one, which I'll figure something to do with, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and the 6th one is more of the of these, which I might be using to decorate these little things that I'm making, which I'm going to show you. So I was watching a video by Ruth Burr, and she referred back to May Made It. May had a video. She called it a grandma's brag book, 6x6 brag book. Really easy. So I thought, well, 12x12 cuts into 6x6, and it makes these little books. So basically the only difference is this 12x12 is not double-sided. This would be better with a double-sided paper, but I made these 2. I haven't decorated them yet, and I have 2 more, a little bit smaller ones here, ready to make. So let me just show you with one of those. See, now with the 12x12, when you do the cover, your first one has to go inside out like this and be glued. You're basically going to make pockets. So when you glue this together, and I might trim down the first one because it's got to fit inside the cover, you're going to glue it just here along the bottom and here along the edge, and I'll corner around these, and I'll probably distress this with Distress Oxide. I did on one of the others and I didn't on the other one. And then this one I would glue together, because then the next one we're going to fold it with the white side out. So it works. I mean, and you could fold it with the white side in, but the point is to see the pattern, right? And then we're actually just going to glue that onto that one pattern so that we have a page like that. And the next one we're going to do, well, this will be the back cover. So this one, I don't have as many pages for this, and then this one will go white to white. Sorry. So that's going to be the inside back cover. We would glue again along here, here, and the bottom for both of those, and then this would get glued onto this white one, and this white one will get glued onto here, so that you'll have pages that look like that, that, and that. Okay, so this one has less pages than these 2 do, because they have 1 less sheet. And then I took some 3 by I think 2 3/4, yeah, 2 3/4, and then what I did is I notched one of them at the 2-inch and then cut this part off, and then I notched this one, I eyeballed it about 2 inches also, and then cut this part off, and I made little tabs that can go in the little notebook. So for example here, now the thing is, I thought about gluing two together, but I thought no, I'm just going to distress these and have them so that you can have space to write on the back. And then I'm going to make little pockets and tuck spots on each of these pages too. I just didn't have time to finish it this time around. And here, so this one has, and I may add some pages to those other ones too. And then here's the last one. So there's lots of little spaces to put pictures and journal. Yeah, I actually cut some of those tabs a little wrong. And I tried to alternate, so like this one's over here, this one's over here, that one's over there, this one's over here, just so that the tab can stick up, although some of them a little bit more sticks up. Yeah, so that's my last project that I have for this month. I put this is my favorite ribbon for doing stuff like this. This is from Michael's. I need to go, I really do need to go get like 2 more of those, so I have them for next year, because they fit so perfectly over this. And you can see you're just gluing the pages together like I showed you here. So the first one is different. Now if you had double-sided paper, you wouldn't be doing this way. You'd just be doing them, you know, like this to this. You pick the side you want to show and then glue the rest together. So like that. So, and then we'll have pockets. So that's my project. I have these ready to use, and I probably am going to add 1 more page. And then like I showed you, I have about 6 full sheets left, so I might only have about 5 full sheets left once I add a page into it. So pick your papers, and I did, let's see which one. I think this one I distressed. Yeah, I distressed so that the inside of the pockets aren't bright white. I need to distress the little cards still. And this one I just distressed around the edges. And I will be decorating those. So by the end of November, I should have these all finished. And I also should have the paper pad finished. That's my goal for November's showing my final projects of these. And what's left I'm probably going to use to make cards. That's what I'm thinking. Alrighty guys, you have a wonderful day, and please go check out Paige and see what she made, because I'm sure it's brilliant. Hers usually are, mine aren't even finished, but at least I started on them. So with that, I'm going to get off of here, and I hope you have a great day. Hugs, love, and peace.